Why am I so disappointed in the New York Giants? How much time do you have? How much time do you have so I can list all of the things that have me so disappointed with the New York Giants? Like, I am very disappointed. I'm not sad. I'm just very disappointed. I was mad before. I was angry the first couple of weeks, but now that you're sitting here and you're 1-4, yeah, I'm not angry anymore. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. And for those that follow the channel, this is not your first time watching. You already know all summer what I talked about. All the things that you can do with the players that you have on this roster, and you're not seeing any of that happen. And it could be the quarterback, it could be the offensive line, it could be a combination of both. I'm thinking it's even deeper than that. It's the quarterback, it's the offensive line, it's the coaching schemes, it's definitely the offensive line coach. Special teams has been horrible. You're not getting what you want to get out of your players. It's just a whole big mess, and that's why I'm so disappointed right now in this New York Giants team. And as a fan for over 30 years, over 35 years I've been a fan. Over 35 years I've been a fan. And I'm just sitting here like, for me, I didn't grow up in those 70s. I wasn't around then for the 70s and saw those years where they were horrible. I was there in the 90s for those horrible years. You know, I was there in that the end of Eli's era where we've been horrible, which we're still living in that same era here. It's been a lot. But also through that time, I've seen four Super Bowls. So I've seen the good, I've seen the bad, and I've seen the ugly for the New York Giants. But now I'm just flat out disappointed in the lack of competitiveness coming from the New York Giants. When you look at the roster on paper, just go down the list and you look at the names. When you look at the names, it should not be this hard to make plays. It shouldn't be this hard to make plays. That's why I'm disappointed. It shouldn't be this hard. You have Waller, you have Hyatt, you have Wan'Dale Robinson, you have Darius Slayton, fast guy. You have Isaiah Hodgins that showed you some promise last year. You got Saquon Barkley, when he's not hurt. Andrew Thomas, when he's not hurt. John Michael Schmitz, when he's not hurt. It's crazy when you think about it, man. What happens? And defensively, you're looking at the names on defense. Kayvon Thibodeau, Azeez Ojulari, Dexter Lawrence, Bobby Okereke, Xavier McKinney, Leonard Williams. You got players. You got guys that can make plays. And, last week they did pretty good. They got a couple of turnovers, which was fantastic. But it was no complimentary football. The defense made plays, got the offensive ball, and the offense didn't do anything with it. So I'm disappointed, man. I'm disappointed. I spent the whole summer talking about what this team could do. I spent the whole summer talking about some of the ways that you can work these players into the scheme and what happens. I talked about, the guys that you added to the defensive line that'll help, with the rush defense, which was the worst rush defense last year almost. And now I'm looking at it, the rush defense this year were even worse. Even worse when you look at it. Even where I don't even know the PFF score. I don't need to know the PF score, Rick. I know we are trash when it comes to this defense. Running defense, passing defense. I know we're trash when it comes to the offense. Rushing offense, passing offense. It's horrible. Pass blocking. I did see the PFF grades on the offensive line and how horrible that it was. And even as bad as that game was last week, the highest graded offensive player on the team was Daniel Jones. I believe it was something crazy like an 87.7. That's why I can't trust PFF all the time. That's misleading. That is misleading. But also, it's disappointing. And that's why I am so disappointed with the New York Giants. Disappointed. I'm not sad anymore. I'm not mad. I'm not angry. I'm disappointed. I feel like a parent. I am a parent. But I feel like the New York Giants were my kids. I saw what they looked like. I was fooled. I read the beat writer reports. I saw the clips from practice. I saw the highlight reels in training camp. I saw what that first drive, offensive drive, looked like against the Carolina Panthers, zoomed right down the field, scored, and like it was nothing, and we never seen anybody else again. And the same thing happened the year before, where we did not play our starters, and we struggled out the gate offensively. You can't tell me that last year when we beat Tennessee in week 1, that first half of football wasn't the worst first half of football you've seen to date on that, when that happened. Now you can point the finger at any game this year, any first half this year, and like, we look awful, and I'm disappointed. I am disappointed. I'm disappointed because here's another thing. They made a lie out of me. I'm sitting here putting out these videos, pumping my chest up, getting everybody that would listen and tune in, like, yeah, I see what you're saying. We should be able to do these things. There's no reason why we shouldn't be able to do these things. And even today, there's still, it's the offensive line is trash. I understand. Yes, the combination of the offensive line is trash. I know we got injuries. But even so, there's a lot of teams that deal with a lot of injuries and they still don't look this bad. Seattle dealt with a decimated offensive line and they don't look horrible. The week before they played us, they had that same horrible offensive line with all of those replacements because they had injuries, and they still put up almost 40 points against the Carolina Panthers. They played us and put up points too. Well, in that game, it was pretty much a defensive struggle, and offensive struggle. Nobody's offense really wanted to play to the end, and it was like a game of hot potato. Like I wanted to, and then Seattle ran away with it at the end. But I'm so disappointed in this team right now, man. We got the Buffalo Bills coming up on Sunday Night Football, another primetime game. People are already chalking it up as another primetime loss. I didn't even want to see this game in primetime. I was hoping that they were going to flex this game. Obviously, they couldn't flex this game. And now we're stuck as New York Giants fans. We're stuck at watching this game in primetime again. Against the Buffalo Bills, and it has not been good for us on primetime so far this season. So, I mean, what do you do? I know what I'm going to do. On Sunday, I'm going to put on my Giants hat, Giants hoodie, a Giants t-shirt, sit in front of my television and watch this game. I know I'm going to do that. I know I'm going to root for my team. I know I'm going to do that. That's not going to change. I've been through losing seasons before. I thought this season was going to be different. And at the end of the day, yes, it's 4 losses. Can the New York Giants get back on track? Absolutely, they can. But does it look good for the New York Giants right now? Absolutely not. It does not look good. My hope is on the shelf. I'm going to put my hope up here with these hats. That's what my hope is up on the shelf. I can't wait to take it back down, get some wins. It's the Buffalo Bills. It's Brian Daboll's return to Buffalo. Daniel Jones might not be playing. It's Tyrod Taylor's return to Buffalo. What happened last? They got rid of Tyrod Taylor after he took them to the playoffs. So if anybody has a chip on their shoulder to beat the Buffalo Bills, it got to be Tyrod Taylor, right? But you can't do much behind this offensive line, but we get the chance to see what's going to happen. And for a lot of people that are saying, Daniel Jones is ultimately the problem, we need to draft a new quarterback. Okay, I hear you. But if you draft a new quarterback and put him behind this offensive line, what are you expecting to see? A lot different. You might see some difference, but you're not going to see a big difference because football is the ultimate team sport at the end of the day. The offensive line might be the most important unit in sports at the end of the day. And when your offensive line as a unit is not playing well, and then your quarterback's not being able to step up and raise the level of competition, then you got a problem. And that's what we're seeing right now. And nobody can argue with those facts because those are facts. You might have feelings about certain players, and obviously everybody has their favorites. Everybody has the people that they're rooting for, sticking up for. I root for everybody on the team. I'm never going to bash any players, but what I will do is tell you when I'm not liking what I'm seeing, and I'm disappointed right now with everybody on the team. From the number 0 to the number 99, I am disappointed with this team. From the offensive line coach to the water boy, I'm upset with this team. I'm upset, and I'm disappointed with this team. And there's no reason why. There's no reason why things should look the way that they're looking. I don't understand it. So at the end of the day, you already know me. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button if you're a Giants fan. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that. I should have started with that earlier. But at the end of the day, you know me. Loyal. Through and through. Bleed blue. So on Sunday night, I'll be sitting there in front of my TV again, rooting for the New York Giants to win, whether it's Tyrod Taylor, whether it's Daniel Jones. Hopefully Saquon Barkley is playing. Andrew Thomas probably won't. JMS probably won't. We'll see what happens with those guys. But at the end of the day, I'm going to be screaming and rooting for the New York Giants to beat the Buffalo Bills on Sunday night prime time when the whole world is watching. The whole world is watching. And the whole world might be watching to see how many points Buffalo can hang on the New York Giants, but not for me and not for the New York Giants family or community. We're still going to be rooting for this team to win every week, and that won't change, especially for me. Speaking for myself, that won't change for me. I'm never going to root to tank. I'm never going to root to lose games, anything like that. That'll never be me. We don't know how many trips around the sun we have to be talking about, let's go ahead and forfeit the season. You can walk outside and something terrible can happen, and you'll never see your team play again. So I'm not in the mindset of tanking for anybody because there's no guarantees anyway. So I'm gonna live for the present. I'm gonna root for the New York Giants to keep on pushing and hopefully make a breakthrough. And at the end of the day, hopefully that happens Sunday night against the Buffalo Bills. And I'm gonna end the video at that. So I want to thank everybody for vibing with me. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And from one Giants fan to another, this is Big Dash Knows, Big Blue Nation. Let's go.